What's up, everybody? This is Alex with Shonen Flow, and we haven't done one of these kind of things in a long time. I'm doing this because this, what's left of this, is going to get cut probably either tonight or tomorrow. 3 years of growing, a little more than that. August, September, October, three years and 3 months. That's what, 39 months worth of growing. Longest my hair's ever been. I wish I would have done it years ago when I still had more hair up here. But I've seen some of my soccer videos, and I have a camera up above the goalpost, and seeing the top is like a bit yikes. But I've always preferred having like a clean shaven head. It's just easier to maintain. And sleeping with this now is kind of a pain in the butt. Obviously, I don't have it in a ponytail when I go to sleep, but I'm amazed how people with really long hair can do it, because I've shaven this lower section, so my hair probably was down to about, I don't know, probably about here. And so sitting there at night, and then if I have to look up at something, I usually have my cell phone sitting here so I can listen to a podcast or whatever. Kind of was a pain in the butt. But anyways, what this video is all about is I'm just going to go over some of the Rinat products that I've bought in recently. Rogue Cat Claw. I'm going to be buying some more stuff for my birthday. Some padded compression pants and a padded compression undershirt. That's really cool, and it's going to work pretty well in conjunction with my game jersey. But I also wanted to show these things because I also have some vintage jerseys coming, some Score vintage jerseys. My first ever jersey I ever wore for City of Fremont was a Score jersey. Obviously it doesn't fit. It was a youth large. So over the course of my career, I went from a youth large to a large. That was the breadth of my jersey sizes. Now I'm an extra large. But I did want to show for people that are interested in this stuff, the shirt I'm wearing right now, and I'll show you, I'll take it off and show you. I don't want to get naked-ish in front of, okay. Also, as you can see, I've never recorded in this area. The front of my house is right here, and there's people walking by. So I might get distracted. But I wanted to show you that the sizes for Rinat are quite a bit different than maybe normal ones. These are like some of my all-time favorite shirts. These are the 32-degree cool shirts you can buy at Costco. I love the way these fit. I love how short the sleeves are, but the torso is like, it's very long. They fit like what I thought those True Classic t-shirts were gonna fit like, and I got those pairs for free. I did not like the way the True Classics fit, at least not for me, but I like the way these ones fit, especially the black ones. They're a bit more slimming, but these Rinats are both XL. So this is an XL, and those are XL, and you're gonna see there's a big difference in sizing, and so that's something to think about if you're interested in getting anything from these guys, which I love their product, most of their products. But in any case, I wanted to show that one. So first off, let's just do that and just get that done with. So I have two jerseys. I can't remember what this is. The Morgan. There's a Morgan, and I got this one because I know a Morgan. I had the pleasure of playing against a Morgan. Beautiful woman and an amazing softball player. She was my speedy rival. Believe it or not, at one point, this fat tub of lard was actually pretty fast. It still smells good. The other one is the Milan. But I didn't like the Milan because it was I have my own reasons why I didn't like it. But it was like a kind of a cross thing. But I like this one better. This is the Morgan. Short sleeve. And I got these customized. So my number on the back, you'll see 83 on the other one. But it uses their Ultra Play fabric material. And yeah, not a whole lot going on with this one. This one's just your standard, like long, if you're into short sleeve and stuff like that. Let me put it on real quick. But again, this is an XL. Now my hair is getting all fucked up, but whatever. So these are what I'm talking about. The 32 Cools. Fucking amazing shirts. Amazing shirts. But this is the Morgan. This shirt is really hard to take off. But I am trying to lose weight. So hopefully at some point this fits. It's supposed to be athletic fitted, but they could have at least... Like, I don't think you really can't be super. I mean, not that I'm muscular, but you can't be super muscular. But this is an XL in this uniform. Now again, I got some girth going on here that I got to get rid of. But the sleeves are definitely flattering on the arms. But like that's kind of yikes. So the length is, I wish the length would have been a bit longer. And I wish this section would have been just like an inch wider, and I think it would have fit better. Ow. I should have introduced the other one before I put them both on, but whatever. So that's this. Now I believe I bought the last of the XLs in this. I believe this one is out of stock now in XL. And she went on a full-blown bike ride. My neighbor across the street. Really pretty lady too. Hopefully she's never watching this video. That would be kind of embarrassing. But yeah, I think this is out of stock. I'm sure they have other sizes. And the Milan, I don't even know what sizes they want that. So I have that. Now my game one is this bad boy. So this is a long sleeve. I normally don't wear long sleeves. But now that I'm realizing I might be playing on like natural fields that are hard as a fucking rock, rather than turf where at least it's kind of cushioned, might benefit from this. Plus it just looks cool when you got the all black going on, some black gloves, which I'm looking at a really nice pair of black spline gloves from them. But this is the front, and as you can see, that shininess right there is actually grip. It's rubber grip, and the idea is when you go to like pick up a ball in your chest, it adds the grip of your gloves and then the grip on your chest. That's pretty fucking cool. I've never seen that on a jersey before. It's been a long time, like I said, since I've worn a long sleeve, so I don't know if maybe that's standard, but I think that's really neat. I've tested it out, and it definitely grips. It definitely does what it's supposed to do. Padding on the sleeve area, which is, I think, actually a bit longer than like the 90s era jersey I have coming. And then a bit narrower, so it's not really bulky and kind of like that sort of thing. So I like that. But the jersey fits very, very athletically snug, as you'll see in a second. Which again, I lose some weight, it's fine. It's just, my upper body is a lot bigger than it was when I was playing, because I was playing slow pitch softball, and my job had me constantly lifting heavy objects and everything, and so I bulked up, whether it's fat or not. I mean, my body is a lot bigger upper than it was before. So whether I can tone this down or tone it in a better way that this fits, I don't know. But anyways, and then again, number 83. Unfortunately, this one, I gotta keep working on the creasing on it. But let me put this on. Centers have had to do to protect themselves from the anticipated threats and possible violence that they could get. And that leads us really to the second component, which is this idea that as we go forward, if there's some sort of a question or it takes time for results to come in. So this is how the long sleeve fits. And again, this is an XL, gut and everything. Yeah, definitely very, very, very form-fitted. Elbows are in the right spot though, so lengthwise and everything, that's not an issue. But it is not the most flattering thing in the world. And I also wish, again, the length was just a bit longer. So, the vintage jersey that I have coming is supposed to be a 30-inch. I haven't measured these ones, but 30 inch is probably what I'm looking for. But I think a lot of XLs are like 29 by 22 or something. And so, I don't know, maybe like a 23, 24 width here, 30 length here would be like better for me. But still, the jersey looks beautiful, and yeah, it's just more incentive to lose weight. I also picked up, just because I had a really cool pair of, they were called North Deer. Highly recommend if you're looking for a solid pair of shin guards. North Deer is on Amazon, and they come with one of those compression sleeves, so you can slide the shin guard into the compression sleeve. Beautiful shin guards, and never used them, never once. I had every intention of going out and playing soccer again back when I was in my own original hometown, and blew my knee out messing around with the neighborhood kids, and I was just figuring that was it. And I got lucky that my knee kind of reconfigured itself, shifted back where it was supposed to belong, because I have meniscus. I have meniscus issues in my knee, and it's one of those things where it pops out, and sometimes it doesn't want to come back in, and it definitely didn't want to come back in for like 2 solid months. But in any case, when we moved out here, I had given up on the soccer thing, and so I donated 2 goalie jerseys. I think I donated my goalie shorts. I think I donated like $100 freaking pair of pro gloves, like vintage-ish. They were 2014 Adidas Predators, that like Manuel Neuer, the kind of gloves he wore. Yeah, sucks, but hindsight's 2020. So, Rinat actually makes shin guards, come in this cool little baggie, but they're supposed to be about as minimal as you can get. Now, they're not Grealish size, where they're like this big, but they're designed to be, if you have to wear shin guards, and if you're playing in a league that you have to wear shin guards, this is about as minimal as you can get, and they pretty much are. I would have loved to have had these when I was playing back in the day. I wore these Adidas slip-ons that had this funky shield kind of shape, like it's hard to explain. It's like an X shield shaped thing, and they worked great. They worked for what I needed them for, but these would have been so much more like streamlined and intuitive. I love that it's a right and a left, as opposed to I could have wore mine. I think you could have wore in either place. But yeah, so I have shin guards. Cheap, they're not that expensive. If you're just looking for something to appease the rules and everything, these are pretty cool. So those are those. I highly recommend those. These are the Meta Tactics. Now there are multiple. I think there's at least 2, but there might be 3. But these are the Meta Tactics. Now these are the entry level. They actually specifically say these are entry level gloves. God, these smell weird. These ones use the Turf Tech. They have a bunch of different grips. So if you go on their website, you can check out all the different grips, and they explain the millimeter of grip versus the millimeter of padding, and what conditions you should use them in. So these are supposed to be designed to take quite a beating on, like if you're playing on turf and stuff, because that can really shred your latex. The problem with these, there's a couple problems with these. Now these are, granted, they're running out of sizes. I'm a 10, and I think there's still a couple of these in size 10. I don't like the way these are shaped. They're negative cut, but you can kind of see that the way it looks. If you wear goalie gloves, you're gonna understand. But if you look at the way this is shaped, let me get the other one on. They are, as you can see, they are also strapless too, which is kind of becoming a big thing. But you can see how it literally feels like how it looks. It feels like there's a palm attached to the backside of some stretchy like neoprene, and that's it. These are super minimalist. If you're kind of that person, I guess these are cool. Thumb is not super overly spacious, which can happen especially if you don't have half sizes. I don't think they do half sizes. I think it's just full sizes. I don't know if I've ever worn a negative cut pair of gloves before. My favorite gloves, as of right now, my favorite gloves, at least the gloves I was most successful with, are roll finger cells. I still have, if I can just get them out here, a pair of hybrids, which were roll finger, and they were roll finger on these two fingers, and then they were negative cut on these, and then I think it was roll finger on the thumb. Those ones were awesome, and they were spline. And normally I don't like spline gloves, because unless you get the correct size, you can actually hurt your hand. The splines are not fitted correctly to your knuckles. Those were elite lions. Those are really awesome gloves too. Beat the hell out of those things. Of course, I also got them for like $4 at a flea market, used. So yeah, I've never actually used negative cut before, but they almost feel like gardening gloves to me. Now, these would be great in the summertime because they're very light. They're pretty breathable. And this grip is fucking terrible when it's wet. I want to say it does mention to use these in dry conditions. Some of their gloves, they mention with the grip that it's better if it's wet. Usually goalie gloves are better if it's wet. But I used these one morning with my buddy and his son, and as soon as these things got wet, I mean, they're slick. I couldn't catch anything in these. I mean, you would have been better off if my hands were frozen over in the actual ice blocks. I think I still might have been able to squeeze over the ball. That's how terrible these things are when they're wet. So these things are legitimately designed for if you play in a hot environment, dry environment, the grass, the turf, whatever you're on is dry, then these are pretty good. I haven't used them yet since I got my glove glue spray back, so I haven't used them with that. But yeah, these are not the best grips in the world, but that's not what they're advertised as. Rinat has way better grips. They're German latex. I mean, German latex is like the god, of grips. That's not what these are for, and there's a reason why these are 18-something bucks, because they're beginner gloves. But the way they feel, now they feel a lot better than these other gloves I gave my neighbor, my buddy and my neighbor. Those ones were really like flat, and it felt like I had to squeeze like this. All the Rinat gloves, even these basic ones, have a pre-curve to them, and once you use a pre-curved glove, you don't want to go back. But the next gloves I show you have this kind of wrap around this backside that really makes the glove feel more in touch with your hand. These still feel like gloves, and I kind of don't like that. But from a training perspective, and from a hot temperature, if you don't want to sit there and wear a bulky glove, these are right. And again, for 18 bucks, I guess I can't complain. These are the ones I bought at the flea market back in the Bay Area. I don't think they make these anymore. I mean, you might be able to find them, I think maybe on like Amazon has a couple pairs, or eBay, whatever. But these are the Rinat Cancerbero Quantum gloves. Now, normally they come with a strap. I don't know where it's... I think it was attached here. Oh, it was attached here. Sorry. But I wear a watch, and it would get in the way of the strap. Like, the gloves fit perfectly, but the strap was so tight, and I only had so much give. So I just was like, fuck it. Since it fits so well, I'll just cut off the straps. So these are not normally strapless. They use the Omega grip. It's a German latex 3mm, I think. So it's a little bit thinner than some of the 4mm ones that are out there, which I think 4mm is kind of the like biggest thickness you're gonna see as of right now in goalie gloves. Synthetic back, These are not splined in any way, but you can see this wrap over. I really like that. It makes the glove fit so much more in tune with your hand, so it doesn't feel like I have a palm. Like the palm and the back feel one and the same, as opposed to being two pieces. This is a flat palm. This is normally not what I like to use. Like I said, I like the roll finger. I appreciate what the negative cut feels like, but this is an old style. The flat palm is a very old style, but the way they cut, the way they cut this, it just feels really good. It doesn't feel like a cheap flat palm glove. And then same thing, these are pre-curved. See, they're pre-curved like that. I love that. They're not overly bulky. These feel like mid. These are supposed to be mid, like they call them semi-pro gloves. I believe these are part of the semi-pro series. So they're cheaper than your hundreds plus dollar goalie gloves, but they feel good enough to be like pro gloves. Like as of right now, these are my game gloves. If I were to play in a game, like I said, I'm looking at a pair that are $100 pro level with the splines and everything for like half the price. Those would end up probably being my game gloves. But as far as if you needed to play, unless you're playing at the top level, which I don't even play at the top level. I don't even play close to the top level. These things would work great. They're very light. They're pretty breathable. One thing that I can't show you, unfortunately, because there's no way I would be able to turn it inside out, but on all the fingertips underneath the padding, on the portion that your fingers touch, there's actually gel grips. And so it actually further helps to keep the glove secure, as opposed to sliding around and then getting kind of that torsion on your finger. That's a really neat feature too. Rinat really does a great job of adding these quality of life features to their equipment that I think gets overlooked a lot of times. And that's another reason I really like them. Plus, I have a lot of friends that are either of Mexican heritage or from Mexico, and so it's a tribute to them because Rinat is a Mexican brand. Onana, the goaltender for Manchester United, actually wears Rinat. I believe he's like the biggest international superstar that wears Rinat, but a lot of the Mexican Liga goalies use these kind of stuff. I know Oswaldo Sanchez used these for a long time. I want to say Memo uses Nike. But anyways, like I said, you could probably find them. Unfortunately, they're discontinued, so you can't find them on the website. But as far as like a semi-pro glove, highly recommend these. And I can only imagine what the professional ones are. Hopefully I'm able to buy those. And when I get those, the pants are hip protection and knee protection, all in one compression pant. And the upper is elbow and chest protection, and I believe there's rib cage protection. Same thing in a compression one. So it's all stuff you would wear underneath, especially if you were like rocking, like a short sleeve and then shorts, as opposed to wearing like goalie pants. Because they have goalie pants, like proper goalie pants, and they have proper three-quarter goalie pants. I don't think they have shorts anymore, which again pisses me off that I got rid of my Rinat shorts that I had. But they have short compression shorts with padding if you wanted that. But these are all supposed to be meant to be worn under whatever jersey you have to wear, if you have a specific goalie jersey and all that. If I get those ones, I will do another video, especially if anyone's interested. But I even though these these might have some issue as far as the grip goes, like personally, if you wanted to be that kind of guy, like indoor Sala, these would be fucking awesome with, if you're into that kind of stuff. Now, if I played Sala again, depending on who I was playing with, I would either properly do like the tape. I loved my I have these Adidas Sala ones that were the fingertipless, and Rinat apparently makes a indoor Sala glove on Amazon. It's not cheapish compared to the Adidas ones I have, but that's it. I can't find anything else anymore than that. But if you don't really care that you're out there playing solid with full finger gloves, these might be like the dude, you know, because you're playing in a dry surface. Actually, the more I'm thinking about this, I'm like, this is a good idea. I have a solid ball, and I would love to play solid again. Solid was a blast. I don't think my knees can handle it, but it benefited me because I was an ex-hockey goalie, and there's a lot of kick saves in that. But now I'm thinking these might be some good solid gloves. So that, you know, that's the thing. But yeah, if I get those, I will definitely do another video. Sorry for all the rambling. But if you enjoyed this video and you do want to see more of it, let me know. If you think this is a dumb waste of time, you know, let me know too. That's totally fine. And either way, thanks so much for watching if you made it to this point. And once again, I'm Alex with Show and Flow. As always, keep it smooth, keep it flow. If you haven't voted yet, depending on where you are, go out and vote. Doesn't matter who you vote for. I mean, it should, but it doesn't. But go out and vote. You know? Speak your mind. Speak your piece. Well, actually, you don't have to vote either, too. That's also a way of speaking your mind. But there should be things you should want to vote for, right? In whatever state. So, anyways, I'll see you soon. Bye!